Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arth 200, Art of World Civilizations. This is the first part of a two-part art history survey course. In this first part, we're going to cover what I like to call just caves to cathedrals, spanning from prehistoric times to Gothic. In the second course, we then pick up from the end of the Gothic, so the early Renaissance, and then move forward to contemporary art. So if you're interested in that, look forward to that course as well. What I want to explain to you, though, is really what these modules look like here on Moodle, how this course is going to run, and what you can expect as we move through this course. So when you log in, and you're going to see my page here, but when you log in through your Moodle shell, you'll be taken to your courses. You'll be able to select this, and this is going to be your first screen. So this is going to be your home page here. And I tried to make this as self-explanatory as possible and give you a breakdown of everything, of what you always need to do in checklist. I do use a lot of repetition so you get used to the same visuals again and again. But you definitely need to read through these steps, the information that's provided. I'm not going to spend the time to go through everything here, but please read through it because, for example, like on this first page, and I give you the checklist of what you need to look for, you're going to see that you're going to have syllabus, you're going to have some audio explanations and videos like this, you're going to see a Mindtap resource discussion, even a syllabi quiz, and possibly even some other videos. So definitely look over this page as this video is for this course, but may be used and have been updated, so you may see a little bit different content from semester to semester. So, of course, the first thing you want to do is just jump into the syllabus, right? And this will be uploaded. It's there at all times. And for this, we're looking at the summer course here. From the 2nd to the 31st. That will differ depending on the semester. But this is just an example. You'll be able to go through, find my information, the course description, really what we're going to focus on and look at. And so go through the syllabus, and especially when you get down to things like the course calendar schedule, this is going to help you stay on task and really reach out that you can see, what's really up and coming. So for the summer course, it happens pretty fast. Grading scale, I give you a breakdown and stuff. And, in this course, especially with being online and even hybrid online, I still try to be as interactive with you all as possible. And I really want you to feel like you earned a grade in this class. It's not that I designed this course to be extremely hard, but I want it to be very interactive. I want this course to be engaging, and so with that, you will find that you will be working to get those grades from you. It's not just a give me sort of grade. It's not just another art class, and it's a 200 levels, so the work will reflect that. We don't really have to worry so much about the classroom behavior expectations, but I do expect you all to participate. You'll find that your participation grade, which is listed down, or requirement, which is listed here, is participating also in discussion forums that are under each module, and I'll go over those shortly. But that's how we're going to really look at what you're doing in this class even further. And within those, be respectful, but, have an open dialogue. We are entering a course where a lot of information isn't necessarily known. And so there's going to be some speculation. And with that, theories are valid. So please feel free to state your opinion. It's not that there is no wrong answer, but you definitely need to have an answer because I will be looking at those. I would like to sort of point you to a lot of the resources that are located in Moodle, but also your student dashboard. Please familiarize yourself with like what the bookstore has, what tutor services have, the library has. You'll need these things as we go through the semester. You'll be introduced to, if you haven't used before, called Smart Thinking. And Smart Thinking, I have a link for it under your final project there, and it's where you submit your work to have a tutor review it. It's all online. and they'll get back to you within 24 hours with great comments. So, familiarize yourself with these because they're great, helpful resources to really help you with your learning abilities this semester. All your quizzes and tests are going to be done on Moodle Shell. So I have them, and you'll see the dates that they're doing, they're closing. A lot of times, I'll leave things open, but pay attention to those due dates. You'll get reminders through Moodle when you look on your dashboard on what things are due and what's coming up. I try not to surprise you. If there, for some reason, happens to be where you miss one of those tests or quizzes, just email me and we'll try to work it out. That being said, I'm not just giving it because you missed it. This is still needing a valid excuse, medical or otherwise. I hold all my students to the same standard, and that's really what going to school and taking courses is about. It's just sometimes just doing what is required of you. So. But the syllabus is pretty cut and dry. You'll need to go through it because you will have a syllabus quiz. Pay attention to the plagiarism. If you don't know what plagiarism is, please read over that. You will be graded on your paper, and if I do find plagiarism, then there will be action taken, and it's spelled out there. Some course evaluation. Of course, we go through here, and in the end, I really like to sort of focus on the projects that you're going to have. You're going to have quizzes on each module. You'll see those. They're about 10 questions. All of them are going to be from the notes that I provide from you. So I'm not going to try to trick you or hide things, but you will need your book or the Mindtap resources along with this class. You get one chance, but they are open and they're not timed. So I'm giving you time, so there shouldn't be any more accommodation with that. I really expect you to go through the material, and if that means you sit there with your notes and go through the quiz, so be it. That's not an issue with me. There will be a final exam, but you'll notice there is no midterm. So please pay attention to that. And then your final project has got more details in Moodle, and we'll go to that. There'll be a specific tab for it. You'll also see essays and writing assignments. I will post 6 of these, but you only need to do 4. So choose the 4 that you like, and in each of those 4, you'll see a specific topic to be written about, and I expect it 2 pages minimum in length, and that's I'm a stickler on that. I do not spend a lot of time in the upper left-hand corner of your paper writing your name and then the course and then the date and then the title and then and you're filling up all this lines to try to get up this. Don't do that. I will mark you off. Just add your name, add the writing assignment number, and get to the writing. These are opinion-based essays. I do not want facts. I have the facts. I've read the book. I've studied many of these pieces before, so I don't need facts that have citations. I need your opinion on the topic that I give you. So they are just open-ended papers, but you will lose a lot of points if you do not meet that 2-page minimum. So, and be prepared. Sometimes things happen and the syllabus needs to change, so be very open and aware of that. So there's the syllabus for you. I also want to show you the Mindtap resource. This Mindtap, I'll have a link, and when you first click on it, it's going to ask you to go to a new window, and when you do so, you'll have to do a login off the bat, and so there's nothing like that, just kind of creating an account, and from there, sometimes you'll see this of your dashboard. And what's really cool about Mindtap is this is your textbook. For those who don't want to buy the actual textbook, which is fine because it's very expensive, you can do just the Mindtap, and in there, you can go, and here's our chapter 1, and then you can jump right into the pages here. And what's really great about this is that it's very accommodating. So if just reading through text sometimes is sort of hard, well, that's fine. You can actually click here and they'll read it to you. So this is going to be verbatim from the books. Now, speaking a little bit about the book, you can do several variations. I have had students do the ebook, which is a lot cheaper. I've had students buy the actual book because they like that, and then they also want to take the second course or second part of this course, and it's all in that book. So that book does, translate into another semester's worth. Um, some people want to buy the unbound paper version. There's a lot of resources that Cengage offers for that, and I'm letting you do whatever. Also, if you want to buy an older edition and not the newest, I'm okay with that. I started with the 13th edition, and now we're on the 16th edition, and there'll probably be more every year. I do have copies of those on checkout in the library. So if you can't buy the book and money's kind of a problem, well, go to the Helena College Library, and they were on loan there. You can check them out, and you can do the work needed, because it's only for a 24-hour period that you can use that book. So there's a lot of options. I'm not going to be a stickler that's got to be a brand new book, but this Mindtap is a really good way of going about it. It's got all the images, even more than what are in my notes. And then, of course, there's the audio. Sometimes there's small little videos, as you can see here, that it's just a little bit more interactive. So if that helps you learn, please feel free to do that. So that's the Mindtap. Let's go back here to the main dashboard. Here's our discussion forum. You'll always see those, and there'll be a post at my very first. I'll make a comment, and you just follow. Here's the quiz. You'll click on that quiz. You can see the due dates here. Of course, that'll always change, so please, depending on your semester, please look at those. Sometimes I'll have other deeper links, but let's jump into really quickly. So that's the introduction, but let's go into the very first module. Right, so when we're jumping in week 1, you're going to see the objectives and what I'm looking for, and already here there's a little bit of text, and it's going to tell you what to do, right? So it's going to ask you to use these links, and there's even another little quiz there to follow. This PDF is going to be my notes. You're going to see these all the time, and this note condenses what you're seeing in your book into the things that I feel are most important for you, the terms, the definitions, and all that stuff. So please be aware of that. And then you'll see the quiz. There's the forum, and then there's some videos that you can watch that will help. If you're more into visual instead of auditory, then jump into those. Check those out. Those are going to help you out on the quiz. So we have that, and every chapter is going to be set up pretty much the same, right? Here's my notes. Here's a documentary that you can watch. I even give you some links here to some Google Maps sites that are kind of cool to check out. And then there's the quiz, the discussion forum, and closing thoughts, and you just keep rolling. So this is meant for you to be at your own pace. Okay. Some of these modules have a couple chapters condensed in them. I sort of group them together in that way. So, pay attention a little bit to that. And then here, you can see your final test when you finally get to that. It'll be there, and you're going to find that that final test is going to be pulled. Half of the questions are pulled from the quizzes that you've already taken, and the other half will be newer. And I'll have a study guide posted for those. Final project. This is your paper and a video. So I always like to do something that's a little bit more interactive, once again, so you can get into it. The paper's pretty straightforward. I want 8 pages minimum, double spaced, right? Maximum length of 15. Okay. You're going to discuss 2 different works from the art history textbook that you have. Please don't try to say, well, I want to talk about this art student. It needs to be from the book. The book is going to give you the easiest starting point of research. Okay. Then I want you to use, proper format within the essay and within this paper. I want you to have a bibliography or works cited page, and all this needs to be an MLA citation. I have a library resource tab I'll show you here in a sec that will help you find if you're having any questions about MLA citation. Of course, you can always see the library. That will give you a lot of help with that. So, and within that, the bibliography and the images that you are going to use in this paper do not count towards the page length. I need 8 pages minimum of writing. All these other things are going to be extra pages. I'd like a title page on it. Just something that's nice, has your name, the name of the paper, whatever you come up with, whatever slogan you want to put on there. Put that all bounded up nice. I want it Calibri font, size 12. And you will also submit a rough draft with the smart thinking tutor comments or actual tutor comments on that as well. So you'll be emailing me, submitting me a couple things, okay? Because I want to see that you've gone through an editing process. You just didn't put this together and send it to me. Now that's the first part, and the second part is a video. I wanted a minimum of 3 minutes and discuss in some capacity the research that you found. And I give you Amy Kong, who runs the One Button Studio, where she can actually film you and set that up. Other people have used Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I'm using right now to cast my screen. You can use your cell phone. You can use the video on your laptop. There's a lot of ways that you can go about accomplishing this. And to give you some examples, some students have done, they've done group where they've worked together. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. I really want this to be more fun than scholarly. I've had people do Lego animations. I've had people do claymation. I've had people dress up as Bob Ross and be pretending to paint while talking about. They pretended to paint the Colosseum while talking about the Colosseum. It doesn't have to be reading your research paper. It does not need to be. It just needs to be somehow like something that has informed you of that paper. Right, you're not reading me the paper. Like for the example, they were comparing and contrasting the Colosseum and a contemporary piece of architecture, and they just dressed up as Bob Ross and pretended to paint the Colosseum and say, "Hey, did you know?" and gave some fun facts about it. It was very quick and easy, and it was actually really funny in the end. So here's your library of resources. That's going to take you right to all the art archives and what you can start your search for. Smart Thinking is there for you to submit your paper, and they'll get it back to you. Turn it in. You can use that to turn in the final paper, or you can also email me. Those are fine. And I added the video there if you wanted some help with the Screencast-O-Matic, another little link. Right, writing assignment. So a lot of this stuff is self-explanatory. I got a lot of information under there for you. Please feel free to email me, but that'll give you a quick intro and navigation to this course. If you have any troubles, just email me, and I'm really excited about it. So I'll talk to you soon.